Nike. Nike, which has in recent times focused far more on politics and virtue signaling and way too little on growing the company and providing their customers with what they want. As you can see, Nike to post worst revenue fall in 5 years on stagnant demand. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate your support. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. That's right, Nike. Yes, Nike is absolutely huge. And yes, a Caitlin Clark sneaker is going to be a small drop in the bucket for their massive, I think, 10, 11 billion dollars a year in revenue, but it is a microcosm, it is a snapshot of what Nike has been doing wrong. The fact that they have shelved Caitlin Clark all of this time because they want to kowtow to people like Asia Wilson, who has played victim and lied about a whole bunch of nonsense with Caitlin Clark because she wanted that attention. She wanted the shoe. And Nike said, yeah, you know what? We're going to shelve Caitlin Clark. I mean, I don't think they tweeted about her once from Nike basketball the entire WNBA season. They've been far more favorable to college players like Juju Watkins and Paige Beckers. Basically ignored Caitlin Clark. Finally, at the end of the season, came out with that trashy Rookie of the Year T-shirt. Then they had one other one, which you looked at it closely, was really poorly designed. They kind of shelved her in the Super Bowl ad as well. Then there was another one I did a video on where it was about the WNBA, and they named like every player they named, of which they showed a T-shirt, except Caitlin Clark. They showed her T-shirt briefly, but did not, of course, mention her as all at all. And so, yeah, well, guess what? What does Nike expect? They had Caitlin Clark ready to rejuvenate their brand, which would have blown apart the women's sports merchandise market, but they said, nah, let's wait. Actions have consequences. Absolutely. Nike is run by idiots. They have Caitlin Clark with a huge following of loyal fans that buy everything with her name on it 100%. Insane numbers on her cards. Wilson basketball is always selling out. Absolutely crazy. All-star jersey, sold out in like minutes. That's the other thing. This stuff happens so fast. Nike, they have an idea for you. Caitlin Clark. Yeah, so let's check this out. This is absolutely this is not good for Nike. As you can see here, Nike expected to post steepest revenue decline in nearly 5 years in its quarterly results on Thursday. That I don't know what the Nike mobile app thing means, but that does seem like a lot, down 35% from a year earlier. Foot traffic at Nike stores down 11%. Foot Locker is having a problem. They are a major Nike retailer. Look at more than 60% of Foot Locker merchandise, and they said all that stuff has hurt their profit margins because the Nike stuff just isn't selling like it once was. Even the new CEO, I keep hearing about, yeah, they finally got rid of the fool. They got a new CEO who is supposedly better, but and I know it takes time to make shifts, especially in something like a huge company like Nike. But yeah, there you go. Shares have slid 90%. Sorry, no, oh man, 19%. I'd be like, buy since September 20th, following the new CEO's appointment. And look at that, rival Adidas seen its stock tick up slightly. By the way, I look back and it is since I think February of last year, so a little over a year, it's down like almost 40% from I think $105 and change down to like $73 today. Or so maybe about 35% in the past 13 months. And this is kind of what I mentioned about Caitlin Clark. So one or two snazzy new styles is not going to be enough. That is true. But you start doing the right things, like I don't know, making Caitlin Clark the face of Nike in terms of endorsements, the way it had done with Michael Jordan and the way it had done with Tiger Woods for a while with Nike Golf. I mean, that just makes good sense. It needs to create a whole new franchise, like a family of products that had billions in sales. That takes years, and it does. But again, what did Jordan end up becoming from making him the face with the Air Jordan and that big risk they took, right? It became a $1 billion company on its own. on its own, here you go, posted revenue decline of 11.5% to just over 11 billion. Steepest fall since the 38% decline they reported in the fourth quarter, and we know why that was. So, yeah, this is absolutely wild that Nike is really struggling this much. They have not adjusted to the marketplace. They've let, politics and virtue signaling get in the way of making good decisions for the company. I'm telling you, if I was a shareholder and looking at what Nike has been doing, and even I hate to mention it, but even the ex-quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, regardless of whether you agree or disagree with him, that was not money well spent by Nike, which they gave him like what, like $70 million or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. Even like I said, they did the Super Bowl commercial, but as everyone knows, Caitlin Clark, yeah, she appeared, but there should have been a Caitlin Clark commercial. She was kind of shoved aside in that, which was absolutely wild. But maybe this is the type of thing that will get Nike to wake up. Maybe seeing these numbers, maybe there are people on the board that are say, hey, you know what? Maybe, just maybe there's a huge shareholder that can say, hey, you know what? Back up. This is getting out of hand. Nike is supposed to be the sports company. By the way, the other thing, and this goes back to some stuff I said about ESPN as well, is when you get a company struggling like this, like if you know when Nike was doing so well and they're making all this money, what did they do? They really put a lot of pressure on their competitors by having this extra cash flow to basically almost buy out all their competitors in a way by making Nike the brand for so many, not just teams, but leagues, right? You see these professional athletes, all wearing Nike. US soccer has been Nike for a long time. So it's always Nike uniform. Nike is everywhere and has been everywhere in sports. And now they may not be able to do that. They may not be able to, what I think was done was overspend, right? The way ESPN is overspent on rights to sports because they had what I think I said before. I don't want to run the numbers in my head, but it's something like at their peak, 7, 8, 9, 10, $11 billion a year that they were bringing in simply from existing because they were getting $7+ a month from every cable subscriber in America, regardless of whether those people watch the channel, right? That's the kind of company Nike has been. And so they've been able to make themselves be everywhere in terms of sports. You go watch your favorite team, they're wearing Nike apparel, right? It's just that is the way that it has been, and they may not be able to do that. So you may get, Under Armour appearing more. You may get Adidas appearing more, which is near and dear to my heart because of the soccer in me. If anyone asks my two favorite sports, basketball and soccer, and I've always been a huge fan of Adidas because they were a soccer company, and when there was no money in American soccer, we had Adidas. Nike was nowhere to be found, just like they did with golf when they realized, hey, there's some money there. Let's just buy our way in and take over. That's kind of what they've done. But let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. Do you think, here's a big question I have, do you think with the new CEO that they are going to figure it out sooner or later? When do you think we will actually get, look, forget the shoe for a minute. When do you think we'll actually start getting them real Caitlin Clark stuff? They could do so much more with other apparel, whether, I mean, anything, shorts, socks, t-shirts, wristbands, I mean, they could do so much with Caitlin Clark. More commercials, just like State Farm has done with Caitlin Clark. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. As always, appreciate your support so much. It means everything. There's no channel without you. I recognize that. I don't think the WNBA realizes there's no league without fans. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later.